What is going on YouTube? It has been a little while. I've been extremely busy at work, so I wanted to take the opportunity to take a step back real quick and give you another video about my 2025 GMC Canyon. And I've been holding this one off a little bit because I wanted to make sure I give you guys as much detail as humanly possible. As some of you know, if you've seen some of my earlier videos, I started this channel with a 2024 Chevy Colorado ZR2, and that thing was like my favorite vehicle. I really enjoyed that. So going back into a mid-size or a quarter-size vehicle, as I heard some people on YouTube call these things now, because the size on them now is just so massive compared to what they used to be as far as a mid-size vehicle. You're getting a lot bigger bang for your buck all the way around in a mid-size vehicle now. So I want to give you guys a quick video of some things that are a little bit different on the Canyon versus the Colorado, and just want to give you my aspect of my ownership of both. So if you want to get a little bit more details of what I saw by owning the Colorado, please look at a couple of my earlier videos. You can get a really good understanding of where I'm coming from with this vehicle. So really quick, I think some of the comparisons you see on them, both of them have the wide body, and that's one of the things I really liked about the Colorado. It had a really good stance on it, and this does as well. The fender wells, the fender trimming is totally different on this one. This one's a little bit more tighter to the body. It has the marker lights on this particular model that has a GM printed inside of it, which is really cool. And also what I like also about this particular vehicle as far as the Canyon, on the trim is just so much better. I like the way it just hugs and it's more tight to the body. Down at the bottom here, before on the ZR2s, even on the Trail Bosses that have this fender cover up here, if they've been having issues with these things popping out. On this particular model, you don't have that. So I really like the body lines of the Canyon a lot better, especially what you get on the package as far as with a Nolly package. The sun is gleaming, so I'm gonna try to stay out of the sun so you can get a big adjust of what I'm talking about. Now on both vehicles, you're gonna get that front facing camera, which I think is really cool. What I don't like that's on both vehicles is there's no parking sensors nowhere on the front fender. No parking sensors. And also on this particular model, everything up here is hard plastic. Everything is plastic. Even the skid plates down below is plastic. Is this more for aesthetics as far as the appearance of the truck? Which I guess is okay. I'm okay with, but it would have been nice if they would spend a little bit of time and give us some parking sensors and definitely some type of metal bumper on these things. And I know that's a cost factor. The fog lights are located here in front of the vehicle, and you see it has a little small hole there. That's just to adjust the fog lights. So again, that's nice. I do like the bump out on the hood versus the Colorado or the Canyon. Versus the Colorado and Canyon. I think the bump out on the hood looks really, really, really nice. I always had that fear of, wow, I'm glad I got a black truck where the bump out or that cover that sits on top of the ZR2, it won't look silly in a couple of years or look outdated. So going to the Canyon, I don't have to worry about that. Some other stuff I kind of like about it, I love the chrome mirror caps that's up here. I think that's a really nice touch. I do wish that the would have raised the running boards up a little bit more close to the truck where it hugs the body a little bit better. These are some of the things that I've noticed that GM, whether you're getting a Colorado, whether you're getting a Silverado, whether you're getting a Sierra, or whatever the type of truck it is, there is some welding issue, and I'll show you that on the other side of the truck. And I'm talking about right down in this area here. There's some welding issues here, just a little bit, not as bad as it is on the front. Again, same size front, same size bed, no difference, excuse me. The lights, as far as the tail lights, are different. Of course, the tailgate is totally different on this model than it is on the Colorado. Same thing again, and I'm going to show you down here really quickly, and you can see it really bad right here. And that's not something, you see that how it's just moving with the paint, and I'm afraid to tear that off because I'm afraid I may get some issues with rusting down the line. And again, you can see that issue. And again, I know everything is a cost factor right now when you're building a truck, but those are some things that I think are just poor quality that they need to pay attention to on this assembly line when they're pushing these things out, because they're asking for top dollar. When you spend a top dollar, you expect to get a really good product, and they're stumbling a little bit. I do like the Denali location, of the Denali right here on the side at the bottom of the truck. That's where I moved to Colorado badging. That was located up in this area right here, right up under that mirror cap. I didn't like it there. I think it's a much better look down. So those of you who have the Colorado, try it downward. I think you'll like it. It's a really nice touch. We're gonna go inside real quick so I can give you guys a quick peek of the inside. And I've talked to you guys about this before. I love this wood grain trim that they have here. I love the stitching. I love this, even though it's a little loose. And again, that's that quality I was talking to you guys about earlier. Memory seats are cool. It's got a little small cup holder down here. That's almost, I feel like that's a waste of space. They could have did something else besides put a little small cup holder. You're talking about maybe putting a canned drink down there. That's about it. Here, I usually put sunglasses or something down there, but because this is hard plastic, you hear a lot of rattling and stuff like that, which makes for a terrible ride when you have to hear that. As far as the seats, you got memory seats, and you also have controls down here, which is the ZR2 had that only on the driver's side. So if I want to do anything passenger wise, I'll show you that side real quick. The seats again is really nice. I love the double stitching. I love that it has the Denali put in there. And again, these are ventilated seat, heated and cool seats. I'm gonna jump in real quick. It would be nice if the Colorado and the Canyon would have had actually a assist to pull in the driver. You have that on the passenger side, and you have some in the back for the back passenger, but not on the driver's side. So you either grabbing the steering wheel or you are basically pulling yourself in by the door, which again can get a little complicated. I'm gonna turn the truck on real quick so you guys can see some of the features here. So this, I love the 11-inch gauge there. You get a lot of information there that's on here, and I know some of you guys have seen this before. I do like this side when I'm able to push the buttons at, where I can, this is more interactive to me. I don't use this quite often, but I do enjoy having the cool seats because they come on automatically when I step into the vehicle or the passenger step into the vehicle. And you can see all the active buttons here, got dual climate control, all of that nice stuff. And again, down here, this is something I turn off by habit every time I walk in the truck, because I know that sooner or later it's going to put wear and tear on the vehicle. So I try to make sure I take that auto stop off. This pulls all the windows down, which I'm quite sure you guys have seen this feature. Hazard, lane keep assist, and you have an auxiliary button here as well. I don't have the rear and front lockers on this because this is not really an off-road, more so vehicle like the the Colorado, as far as the ZR2 or the AT4 or AT4X. So I don't have that. The gear shift, I like it much better actually than I like the actual electric gear shift that I had on the Silverado. I think I'm more comfortable with this, and the issues I'm having with that Silverado, I'm glad I don't. The charging pad is a hit or miss at times. At first, every time I dropped this thing in the charging pad, it was like money. It just popped right on and it would charge my phone. Now I'm having issues where I have to move it around a little bit more than what I would like in order to get this thing charged up. Of course, here I can kind of go through the driving modes, turn it off again, go through the driving modes, click this, and I can go from normal to off-road to towing, and all of that good stuff. And I usually, of course, keep it on normal setting. You got your electronic parking brake, cup holders, stuff like that in it. And again, this is a smaller vehicle, so it don't have the dual up and down glove box, which I'm totally fine with. Down there you do have a compartment that you can store stuff. The Bose system on here is really nice. Again, I have the sunroof package, which I really enjoy. So we're gonna go to the back real quick, and so we can tie this video up. Okay, so the back here, as you can see, you don't have that wood grain trim that's located here. That's a bummer, just a little bit, but it's all cool. It's just people in the back, I guess, and they decide not to do that. But outside of that, I think they did a wonderful job with this. And as you can see, the back seats are still, again, that really nice upholstery back here. This is not ventilated or anything like that. I did on this package, which I didn't have on the ZR2. I didn't have leather seats, and neither did I have this center console right here where you can fold out with additional cup holders and stuff like that in it. But I did get that on this. Same thing with the back seat pockets. I only got one on the ZR2. I have both on this one. And again, I don't think it's a real big deal, so I didn't really cry about it on the ZR2. And as you can see, I have my ports down there, and also have an outlet down at the bottom, and it's nice and vented back here. You do have some kind of a niching up here where you have a little bit more headroom. And again, same issue that I talked about before with the ZR2. You don't, the slider back here is manual, and I really would love to see GM kind of do this on the Colorado and on the Canyon. I think it's worth it, because again, Toyota's already doing it, so I'm like, why not do it? So this is kind of some of the stuff that I've seen on it as far as the driving and stuff like that. The 2,000 miles that I have, or 2,200 miles that I have on this vehicle, I'm telling you, it is a really nice driving vehicle. I've been enjoying myself. I'm gonna jump back in here. I really have been enjoying myself with this vehicle. I just think this thing has just been top notch. The drive on it has been 100% excellent. I do love, I don't know if you can see the heads-up display on this versus the Colorado not having that option on there. And again, it's not something that I look for on the Colorado, but to have it now, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat to have it on a vehicle, especially on a mid-size vehicle. So I think that GMC has done a really good job on the Denali package, but again, the heads-up display you can get on the other Canyon packages as well. I mean, elevation, you can almost build that thing to a Denali almost. I mean, you can come very close to it. Again, I think this thing is just well built. I love the way it looks, love the way it drives. I haven't had any issues out of this thing whatsoever. Even after leveling the truck off, I actually got a little bit better mileage, and I'm not kidding. I think before I was averaging right around 20, now I'm up to 21.3, as you can see. I really enjoy this thing. So I would say to anybody, if you're gonna spend money on a truck, especially a mid-size truck, I can't speak to all of them, but I can speak to the ones that I've owned, the Chevy, the GMC, the Toyota, as far as the Tacoma. It's a nice truck, but wasn't my cup of tea. But I think all the way around, a good, hardcore built American truck, I will always go for that. So to me, this Canyon just fits that script. So guys, that's my point of view, at least of how I feel about the Canyon and the Colorado. So I'm gonna step out real quick so I can get some more nice shots of this thing, because again, I really love this truck. I mean, just look at where it stands with that. Look at where it stands, excuse me, with that leveling kit up there. So it is giving this thing a killer look. And I'm just gonna circle around here real quick so you guys can see it again. And again, my next mod I got coming, I'm actually reaching out to Neil tomorrow so we can get this thing in and take care of those marker lights. Guys, thank you for tuning this video. Again, this is just my perspective of the ZR2 and the Canyon Denali. Both of them are well-built trucks. Both of them are fun to have. I like the Denali. It's a little bit more luxury package on this thing. I could go either which way with the off-road package, but I really enjoy this, especially since I put that 2-inch lift, and it already came with that 2-inch factory lift. So this thing sits amazing. Again, there are some things again that I would wish that I could change on here, which I eventually will. So guys, that's the end of this video, and as always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.